All right, so in this video, we're going to create this particular plate. It's relatively simple in terms of its structure. It's got a 1/4 inch thickness. We can see that there's a circle that's in here, which will be an island in terms of its detection. The border is fairly straightforward and blocky, so we're going to use this to create a new drawing in SOLIDWORKS. So in SOLIDWORKS, you can go to any old drawing, and we're going to go up to the little paper icon and start a new drawing. And we want to create a new part. Click on New Part, hit OK. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check in the bottom right hand side, make sure that I am in IPS, inch pound second. Fairly straightforward part. So I'm going to create it on the top plane. Left click, go to Sketch, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some lines using the line tool, starting at the origin. Always start at the origin if you can. I'm going to draw over to the left. I'm going to go up on an angle, over, down, making sure that I'm in line with the origin, and then down, over, down, over, in line with the origin, and then finishing at the origin. When I do that, I know that I've got a complete loop, and my geometry is shaded. Next thing is to form this, right? You have to think of this as clay. Once I get the basic form down, then I have to shape it like I shape clay. So I use that using Smart Dimensions. Okay, first thing is to set my width 3.0. Then I want my overall. So the top line, bottom line, 2.0. Then I can start working some of the other line work. This line here is 1.5. From the bottom to the point, make sure you grab the point here. Nothing else will work. 1.25. This line is a 1/4 inch, 0.25. This height, 0.50. This distance, 0.75. This distance, 1.0. The final one, this is where people kind of make mistakes. They will click on the line, and based on if your mouse is straight up or to the right, because of how that line is angled, it's going to give you two different dimensions. So make sure that on certain angles like this, you actually guide your mouse to what dimension you want to control. Okay, so I want to control the horizontal distance. So I'm going to left click, make it 0.75. And the outside is formed. Now I just have to place the hole. So I switch over to my circle, place a hole, and then I have to use my Smart Dimensions to locate this hole. So I click on the edge of the circle to the edge of my part. Drop it down and say it's 1 inch. Do the same thing. Edge of the circle, left click. Bottom line, left click. Drag my mouse to the right. Left click to set it. 1 inch. Final detail, edge of the circle, and control its diameter. Diameter of 1.0. This is my geometry. Everything is fully defined. Left click out an empty space. I can see everything is black. That's good. Exit the sketch up here. My sketch is highlighted. Extrude boss base. plate thickness of 1/4 inch, so 0.25, enter, confirm, and I've got my plate. The final part of this is to be able to save the file. To save the file, go up to the little diskette icon. Make sure that you have a new folder that says CAD 210. I'm just going to quickly go to my desktop, and the file name right now is part 4. Okay, and this is where you would typically place your part number. So for instance, part 100-57243. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this as part 300-001, and it is a part file, and you can see that there are a lot of different file formats that you can save into, including an AutoCAD drawing file, Photoshop files, JPEG files, STL file, which is a 3D printing file, step files, and then some. But we're going to keep it as a part file, and we're going to add a description and say 0.25 inch plate, and I'm going to save it. Now my part is saved as 300-001, and I'm ready to continue on to the drawing portion when we get to that part of class.